This is an advertisement for a piano company. It's from California in the 1930s. Angelina Jolie as a child in the 1970s. Zeppelin III and Parsifal are over the City Hall of Frankfurt on the Main, Germany, around 1890. A young girl is with her pet cat in a pram and a dog. They're sunbathing. This was in Cleveland, Ohio, USA, around the early 1900s. The 1960s and 1970s were the most romantic periods for men's hairstyles. Wedding rings were found by United States Army soldiers near the Buchenwald concentration camp in Germany in May 1945. All right, we're talking about an injured dog. It's in an animal ambulance. This was used during World War II. Oh, really? They had ice-cold whiskey dispensers, you know, the kind you'd see in offices back in the 1950s. Albert Einstein, 1941. Winston Churchill and German Emperor Wilhelm II during a military autumn maneuver near Breslau, Silesia, Germany, in 1906. July 17, 1938. Vienna police lifeboats competed on the Danube Canal in races. During World War I, this church in France had sandbags stacked throughout the entire structure to protect it. A young man is on a dance floor. He looks to be about 18 or 19 years old. He's wearing a suit and tie. He has a big smile on his face. He is dancing with a young woman. The woman appears to be about the same age as the man. She's wearing a beautiful dress. Both seem very happy. It looks like it's their first dance. Nuns are on a ride. It's the Chicago Fair, Illinois, 1962. The Trans World Terminal at the JFK Airport in New York City, around 1956. Native Americans present ceremonial salmon to a train engineer, Oregon, United States, 1940. It's Jimmy Carter with his sons on his peanut farm in 1960. Soviet peasant women are learning how to read and write in Soviet Russia in 1931. Circus strongwoman Kate Brumbach, also known as the Great Sandwina, born in 1884 and passed away in 1952, lifts her husband overhead. Elvis Presley is signing autographs for fans outside the CBS TV studio 50 stage door in New York, 1956. The singer was there for a performance on the Dorsey Brothers stage show program. A sailor leans over a picket fence and lifts his girlfriend up for a kiss, 1945. A father and son are taking silly photos. This happened in the 1910s. St. Augustine, Florida, had a bathing pool in the casino around 1880 to 1897. Monopod seats. Designed to be easily transported, these 1953 monopod seats could provide a quick and easy place to sit when on the go. An Austin 7 driven by B. Sparrow lost control at Donington Park on May 13, 1933. The world's longest manned flight was 64 days, 22 hours, and 19 minutes in this Cessna 172. During this period, it was refueled over 128 times by the pictured truck, 1958, training at Presidio Barracks in San Francisco, California in June 1918. Sean Connery teaches handstands during breaks of shooting a James Bond film. Imagine women in wooden bathing suits designed to help them float back in 1929. During the Christmas retail season, a young white boy kisses a black Santa Claus on the cheek in an unidentified department store in 1970. There are children at a dump in Pawtucket, Rhode Island in 1912. This is about an air-conditioned luxury lawnmower from the 1950s. Muhammad Ali walks from the courtroom after being sentenced to 5 years as a conscientious objector to the war in Vietnam in 1967. A one-legged German veteran from the First World War is begging on the streets of Berlin, Germany in 1923. In July 1921, a crowd reportedly consisting of approximately 10,000 men gathered outside the New York Times building in order to receive updates on the boxing match between Jack Dempsey and Georges Carpentier. A pearl catcher on the Mississippi gets ready for another dive to the bottom in 1938. The helmet is an old fuel tank from an automobile. In this gear, he could dive to a depth of 21 meters. It looks like some captured Chinese soldiers are begging for their lives in Korea, 1951. Bonnie and Clyde's bullet-riddled 1934 Ford Deluxe sedan, just minutes after they were ambushed on a narrow stretch of Highway 154 in Bienville Parish, Louisiana, on May 23, 1934. During the Cold War, a fallout shelter. The construction of the Statue of Liberty happened in Paris in 1881. The commandant of the Civil Defense Technical Training Center in Quebec demonstrates the effect of an atomic bomb exploding over a city. In 1929, Vivian Bales embarked on a remarkable journey that would cement her place in history. Over the course of 78 days, she rode her 1929 Harley-Davidson across the country, covering a staggering 5,000 miles. Weldon and Sleepy, February 1942. Weldon and Jasper Sleepy Drake, performing at a barn dance in Weslaco, Texas. A model is trying on a spiral electric bra at the 20th International Show of Inventions in Brussels on March 13, 1971. Sorority Sisters, University of Texas, 1944. Baseball fans are lining up for World Series tickets in the 1920s. Glurpo is the world's only underwater clown. The Vostok and the Mirny. The Vostok was the flagship, meaning the most important ship, captained by Bellingshausen. The Mirny was captained by Lazarev. They first reached the Antarctic continent in January of 1821. They charted and explored the coastline, making several important discoveries. They also collected a lot of data on the region's climate, geology, and wildlife. The expedition lasted for over 2 years. During this time, they faced many challenges like harsh weather and ice conditions. There's a couple roller skating. They're in Berlin, Germany. It was around 1905. There's a street magazine stand. This is in Southington, Connecticut. It's May 1942. The recycling logo was created by G. Anderson, who was 23 years old at the time. This was in 1970. Barbara Lieber, a 9-year-old sugar beet worker, is hoeing with her 11-year-old sister on a Wisconsin farm near St. John in 1915. Fawzia Fuad, Princess of Egypt and Queen of Iran, 1939. Soldiers of the Illinois National Guard during the race riots in Chicago, 1919. Bubbles, Michael Jackson's former pet chimpanzee, was born in 1983 and is now 42 years old. He lived with Jackson during the 1980s and became a pop culture figure, often appearing alongside him at events and even on tour. They were constructing Lincoln's Head at Mount Rushmore, South Dakota in 1937. T.A. Petrus, a crew member, is standing behind the snow cruiser on September 20th, 1940. Prisoners are sweeping a street in Washington, USA in 1909. Bruce Lee teaching his son, Brandon, martial arts at an early age. The 1960s. fire engine pulled by running horses. Silver Springs underwater telephone. It was 1908, and a race was on between New York and Paris. New York, around 1905, there's a police parade, specifically a squad of mounted police. It was a meeting of Robert Wadlow with some workers from the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus in 1936. He toured with them for a year. Carolyn Jones, who lived from 1930 to 1983, is in a promotional still for the 1957 noir crime film, Babyface Nelson. Shelves filled with forgotten umbrellas. This is in Rome, at the Lost Property Office, back in 1964. The University of Chicago Archery Team, 1935. A Soviet soldier takes a German soldier prisoner during the Battle of Moscow, December 1st, 1941. Half Car at Strip Mall by acclaimed American photographer Burke Uzzell. At the Trade Center, Washington, 1961. A blonde, green-eyed girl from South Africa was denied status as white. This was in Jet magazine on November 26, 1953. Elizabeth Montgomery, Sam Doing the Laundry. Wow, what a picture. There's an enormously happy little girl with an enormous dog. It looks like it's from the 1950s. A mother and her children did a practice run for their $5,000 steel backyard fallout shelter in Sacramento, California in 1961. Stahlhelm, the stages of the helmet-making process of Stahlhelms for the Imperial German Army, 1916. Paul McCartney is buying a newspaper from St. John's Wood Station the day after John Lennon was killed. Linda took the photo from their car. New York, around 1921. Stage actress Marilyn Miller is in the driver's seat. The columns of the Hoover Dam were being filled with concrete in February 1934. This is a picture of Mahatma Gandhi with a spinning wheel in 1946. James Collins Johnson, on the left, was born a slave in Maryland in 1816. In 1839, he escaped to Princeton. He lived and worked there for 63 years, even though his master found him. and a jury said the law required him to return around 1890. Algeria, 1940 to 1960. There's a Muslim couple and a European couple. Two stories about civilization and religion, but all in one country. During World War II, babies in England were fitted with baby-sized gas masks that were comically large. Students yell curses outside of Tuskegee High School after it had been integrated, Montgomery, Alabama, the 10th of September, 1963. The 49th star was added to the American flag when Alaska joined the Union in 1958. Queen Genepil, the last queen of Mongolia, in 1920. Two boys are playing a makeshift game of golf in an empty lot in 1930. A car bomb exploded outside the Old Bailey in London on the 8th of March, 1973. There's a tumor on a person's head that has swollen up very much. It's from 1889. German boys watch a Russian signalman working on a Berlin street sometime between April and May of 1945. Mother and Child, and It's a Typical Day in San Francisco, 1952, by Dorothea Lange. Traffic Squad Parade, November 5, 1908. Mayor George McClellan is getting out of a car on the plaza at Union Square. Shaolin monks are training in China, 1971. A race between three rocket bicycles took place on the Olympiabahn track in Berlin-Plötzensee in the autumn of 1929. There's a one-man band in London. It's the early 1950s. For sale, a charming 1950s home located in beautiful Arizona. It features 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. The house has a spacious living room, perfect for entertaining. The kitchen includes all the appliances you'll need. Outside, you'll find a nice-sized backyard, ideal for relaxing. The home is priced to sell at $15,000. Contact name at phone number for a showing. August 20th, 1934. A couple of 9-year-old boxers, Bob Bevan and Harry Hutchinson, are being cooled off before the Seconds Out call. This is in their back garden boxing ring in Poplar, East London. The Big Three met at Yalta to finalize plans for the defeat of Germany in 1945. This is a disused German trench digging machine from 1918. The flying captain dreams up a date with a dream girl. Personnel of B-24 squadrons in the Darwin area are only allowed 4 to 5 raids a month. In between times, they lead a humdrum existence in Darwin, Australia in 1943. Wounded veterans of the 1st Division American Expeditionary Forces get ready to watch the Washington, D.C. Victory Parade. This was on September 17, 1919. Future Princess Diana worked at a school with 2 kids in her care. This was in September of 1980. A gravedigger's got a shovel and a pickaxe. This is in England in 1918. A boat taxi, Paris, 1910.